to everyone. I'm Ada from Poison Rock, and today it's my pleasure to have with us Frank from CRYPTOSIS. How are you, Frank? First of all,
Yes, I'm doing really good. Had a really busy weekend since we had the release party of the EP, the Silent
yeah.
Call that we just released.
How did it
Uh,
go?
yeah, it was intense. Was amazing. We have a concert that we use video screens, and I had to update all this stuff myself.
By yourself?
I do this as a freelancer as well, but so I updated all this stuff. But you know how these things go. Like last minute, there's some changes, and
Yeah.
like it was
Always
hectic
can
as fuck.
happen.
Yeah.
Always gonna. So, and I mean, how people reacted to the release shows of the last EP?
Yeah, really nice, really good reaction. People from far away also came to our hometown, so that's really nice to,
That's
you
beautiful.
know, to do this stuff and be able to do it again after pandemic.
Yeah, because of course, before Frank, before we start to speak about cryptosis and the story of cryptosis, so the beginning, I want to just go like I asked to everyone because it's good having a little bit of well, let's creating the background before going to the details. I want to ask you about your musical journey. Like, of course, you didn't wake up one day and at 1 year old you are playing with cryptosis. I think your journey with music started when you were younger. I don't know, there was
Yeah,
a specific moment when you find out that you wanted to be involved 100% with music.
yeah. When I grew up, like as a kid, my dad had a guitar at home, so like acoustic guitar. He teach me some basics, and then I went to school, met some other guy who could play really good. And like I got involved in
Yeah.
playing in a band with this guy, and although I wasn't so good at this time, like I
Uh,
started playing I made a lot of hours at home, like practice and
yeah.
played. And so like from one thing to the other, like you got like this band, of course, like quits, and then you're gonna play with another band. And so I've been in bands for this like 20 years, like from this band to that band, and I never had like a band that I really liked the music 100%.
Okay.
And also like you have a band, but two of them really want to play concerts, and then two
I don't know.
not so much. And finally I met Lawrence and Marco in 2013, and we started playing.
2015. Okay.
Yeah, and but first we had a different band. We were like more
Okay.
traditional thrash metal, like 80s
Okay.
style. And then we released two albums and one EP, and then we just started playing more, melodic stuff, more technical stuff,
Yeah.
just different style. And then we just thought like, okay, let's change the name of this band.
How
And
was can we know how it's called at the beginning instead of cryptopsis?
Distillator. It's
And it's
uh,
what
it's on
was that?
Spotify as well. You can check it. Debut album 2015.
There is still this distillator. Basically, it's like the story of cryptosis, like the evolution is like
Yeah,
sound. So if you I would like, for example, to have a more complete background of the your musical journey of all the band musical journey. I can go on YouTube and check for distillator. You said
yeah, yeah. This is the most interesting thing I think. We had two albums which are like super classic trash, and then we had a EP, I think 2018, which is like already sounds a bit like Cryptosis.
because you
So
were changing,
you
you were
already
finding
hear
your own
like,
way. And
yeah,
it was this kind of turning point because, of course, like you said, you started like more like a trashy metal band from the 80s
yeah.
and going through some kind of, let's say, death melodic, something like that. What do you think was like the turning point that make you like kind of change the sound?
I think it came over time, like we have a crew with us for live, with sound
Okay.
engineer, light engineer, drum techs. So whenever we travel like many kilometers in a bus together, like we're just gonna play music, and this guy brings opeth, the other guy plays behemoth or some really
Yeah.
underground black metal music, or Symphony X, Dream Theater, a lot of different styles. And like we got more interested in these things as well. Like when I grew up, I listened to a lot of black metal in the 90s. Um, so we kind of merged all this stuff
Okay.
all together, and everyone has like really different musical taste.
Okay.
Personally, I like electronic music a lot,
Okay.
and the other guys like they're
Like,
more like old school. For example, our drummer, he's really into like the really old rock and roll, like Motorhead, Ramones,
that's
AC/DC.
the classic rock because these can be said like hard rock, classic rock.
Yeah, this old school stuff,
Yeah, yeah.
and Lawrence is more into Opeth and Symphony X, Dream Theater, this kind of
Okay,
stuff. So
so kind of more
everyone,
a little more way more technical
yeah,
side.
yeah, yeah.
And
So everyone puts things
yeah,
together, and leave their fingerprint on the sound,
okay,
and we get like a more like like a unique sound because
okay.
of this.
And you mentioned like you are like let's say nowadays more into like electronic stuff. How this I mean, this affect as well like the composing of music because of course electronic music is always underrated, in my opinion, always. And if you listen every now and then, there is we can perceive even in most common music some electronic int. You think that your taste in because I think as well your influences are others at the moment, not only electronic music, but like let's say you think there is something that recall to the electronic music in all the way you're playing and singing in general.
Well, I'm not really into like modern electronic music, but
Okay, yeah,
like
of course.
90s stuff, like atmospheric drum and bass,
Yeah.
German techno music, like this dark stuff, or like
Okay.
really dreamy music. And I think like the first album we did with Cryptosis was more like an explosion of energy. But now we started writing for the second album, and it's more atmospheric, more dark. It has a lot
That
more
is nice.
melodies, and
Okay.
it just like it you just like change from
Yeah, because
this part to that instead of only going full speed ahead all the time.
it's but like you were speaking before like we saying about this journey it's a really like an intense journey knowing because I think fans if they want to know good like cryptosis they don't have only to listen the last ep the last release but they have to go like kind of I think back forward but like going with the first album and then even with the distillators music because they can understand better the journey of and the soul as well because if I could ask you, for example, I may ask, for example, which is the core of cryptosis, which is the main sound, the main vibes that you would, or how would you describe the sound of cryptosis? Like today, not yesterday, not tomorrow, but right now.
Right now, the
At
song that we released,
4 and
the
50.
Silent Call. Sorry.
4 and 50.
It's the song that we released, the Silent Call. I think it's the sound that we are going for right now, and we also wrote more songs in this style. So yeah, it's really something that we also plan for the future to release
Yeah, of
more.
course. Because of course, like before we got to speak about the last release that has been released like I mean 4 days ago, basically, the
Yeah.
1st of December. So it's a congratulations for the release for first of all. Just I want to speak about the debut album, Bionic Swarm, because of course, like the was released 2021, right? So, of course, the year is the first year after the beautiful period that we all had in the world called the pandemic. Does that a little bit affect the writing of the first album?
No, the first album was written
Okay.
before pandemic, and we finished everything
Okay.
January, I think. So we started sending it out
Oh,
to labels, and then like 1 week later, this whole thing went down, and we just put all our savings, all our time for the past 3 years in this
oh my
album,
God.
and we were like, ah, fuck.
But it was kind because, like, lyric wise, which is the core and all the meaning of Bionic Swarm, like, because I read there is a lot about post-apocalyptic topic, but I want to hear from you, of course.
Yeah, it's more sci-fi. It's the album
Okay,
also plays in the year 2149,
okay.
and it has every song is a different story from a different perspective, from a different person, describing what they see, how they experience and
In
feel
that
the
year.
world in this year. Yeah.
But that's interesting because it's like a look into the future, but it's like experiencing like I don't know personal life as well, like what's going on, like how is the society changed, the world changed in 2020, in 24 for whatever
2149. Yes, exactly.
2149.
Yeah, yeah. It's more from a like describing point of view, but it also has some songs
Okay,
that are playing with more like personal and emotional stories.
okay, and of course, like as well, like this, you can see this let's say sci-fi theme that it went with you as well in the lyric wise in the silent call, or this changed as well.
No, no, no. It's the same.
Yeah, but we are still in 2145.
No, no, no. It's just a futuristic scenario. Like not specifically. And
And
it's
yeah,
like this song will be also on the new album, which we are writing right now. So
okay.
it has a different, like maybe time frame or different ideology, so to say, than the first one.
We want like to talk about the silent call, like which is main about the topic that of the EP that you are facing, that you are talking, because of course every album is like a message to the fan, to the audience, and a message, or as well an expression of yourself. So what is that you put into the silent call that you want as well to the people that reach, for example?
Well, the silent call deals lyric wise more with artificial intelligence, and like a lot of people say right now it's fucking amazing, you can do really cool stuff, but there's also people who are a bit afraid of this.
Exactly.
We don't know how it's gonna develop, but the way we thought of the artificial intelligence, it like really closes you off as an individual, because you're not looking, deeper into stuff, because you just go
Um,
to ChatGPT, write the text. You want to have like
yeah,
cool image, go to Mid Journey,
I
and but you don't
have
think
fun
for
there.
yourself
I
anymore.
don't know how
And
to use it. Sometimes I would love to say, like write me the question for, I don't know, cryptos. I don't know how to use. I mean, I'm still the old one that just go look to the bio of the band and read what is on the bio, because I mean, our mind is our AI, not the other minds.
yeah, exactly. And like this is, we feel like people are really, getting closed off from the outside world, or the, like the world that's around them, and they don't really discover new things anymore because of this. So this is basically what we try to also symbolize with the artwork, with the videos.
And yeah, and thank you for no, you are not thinking to do some AI video, please.
Or no.
Thank you, because I mean, okay, I have to. I work with people that does this type of AI video. The work is good. I mean, it's atmospherical somehow. There could be some interesting things in that. So I want to be, let's say, partial. But for my point of view, as being old I'm from the 80s, so being from the 80s, I grew up with the old VHS and or DVD or tape, whatever. But I prefer the raw material, even the footage recorded in the garage, in the rehearsal room, or the classical video clip. Come on, it's beautiful. I saw your video clip. There is a lot of art and director work behind it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like acting, I think, because you can tell me better than others. Because doing a proper and a beautiful video clip with a band in it, with a storyline, it's something that me, for as a fan, as a person, go to look that video and I immerse myself in that.
Yeah, exactly. And although I think like having a band in a video is a bit, it's been done too much for
Yeah,
my
definitely.
liking personally.
Yeah,
Um, but yes, indeed, like I think this video format, it's really important to communicate your
yeah.
story that you want to tell, or like the thing that you stand for as a band or as a group.
Yeah, because like the video that you did, they were like I remember one was like with a kind of team color around the green. I don't remember the name to be honest at this moment, but that it was so well made. So I wanted that when you got to record some video, and who take care about the director of the? There's someone that is I don't know, video making or a director of video, or it just all made by all of you. How is generally when you just have to develop a music video?
Well, most of the time it's what I do, and we have a friend who does like other film and editing stuff,
Okay.
and we just like communicate a lot. Like this is the idea that I have with the lyrics. I write those as well, and then our singer like perfects them to fit it to play guitar and
Okay.
sing together. And then from this point I'm think like how can I visualize this idea that I have,
Yeah.
and I come up with different ideas, and we start like ping ponging with ideas and
So
see what's possible within certain budgets financially, and from there we try to take the most out of this.
yeah, because that's good. Because that's what you see out from the outside are stories. It's
Yeah,
a story. It has a storyline. That's what I like about your video clip because they have a storyline, and they'll because of course I like it's beautiful seeing as well the band here and there playing. But you said it's good. It's especially good in a band that record themselves. If you are at the beginning, if you are maybe a small band or just teenage guys that you can't afford to have huge production or even production, maybe just put the camera or the phone and record yourself some editing and you put out like let's say in a raw way. But if you are more like a band like you, Cryptosis, and with a more musical background and history, of course, there is more work as well for the fans because to deliver as well. There was some video, some moment in the while because of you release more than one video
yeah.
um, that you read some moments that you remember that you enjoyed because I usually ask that for live shows. But since you were talking about videos, music video, that comes into my mind to do the opposite side, the opposite question, like some funny memories or something that you like while you were recording. I don't know, could be anything, or even planning, like I don't know, the storyline itself.
Well, it's always fun, I think, to shoot video because usually we hire actors or
Okay.
actress, and it's really cool to work with people that you don't know, you never met before, you only talked on the phone, or you got referrals, from people that you know. And at this day of the set, this person is showing up and basically does everything that you want this person to do, and even try to push your ideas even further than you thought about it yourself. So like we had this video clip Prospect of Immortality, I think is the one you were
Yeah,
referring to. This girl, she has like really long hair, like, and everything was
yeah,
made like she was
yeah,
made bald.
exactly. Exactly. You're right. I was looking at that. I went to check. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And she just came to the set and she's like, yeah, tell me what, like, I seen the script and everything that you want. So we did some shots, but we were like a bit careful, because like we didn't know her, and but she really pushed herself, like even also with some pain and some stuff that we're like, oh, you really want to do this shit? Yeah, let's go for the best result. For example, this shot that you see at the end of the video, like she's hanging there with only ropes around her wrists, and like
How to her.
we took like 5 or 6 times to shoot this, and it was like all these shots were like 30, 35, 40 seconds long. It was really intense, even to see it, and
Yeah.
she just kept on going like, yeah, one more time, I think I can do it like more
Better. Can I
more
can do it?
extreme. Yeah, it was that was really nice, like this kind of stuff that you usually don't do, like when you
No,
do your
of
work
course.
during the day.
No,
Yeah,
usually you might do like, I mean, if you're working with professional, but not only because professional not always means huge years of career of big band. Professional for me, someone that has the passion and knows what they are doing. Because
yeah,
sometimes you can be the most unknown performer or artist, but you can be the most professional.
absolutely.
And for example, like this girl you mentioned, she must be a huge professional actress and performer. to do such a things, and until she reached out the point that she wanted, she keep on going to the scene. That's the beauty of the you can see how much someone is professional here.
Yeah, absolutely. And she does like modeling work for like these boring corporate clients, and like she's also really into metal music, but not really look like this, you know. And then she's like, "Yeah, when you guys asked me to do a metal video clip, I was like, yeah, fuck yeah."
Let's do it. Let's do it. So basically, we'll call her again if there is another video clip to shoot.
Definitely.
That's good. Of course, I
Yeah.
mean, we're speaking about her. So how which is her name, so we can say hi and thanks to her.
She's called Darcy.
Darcy, thank you for that. You're an amazing actress, a performer. And of course, I mean, we spoke about video clips, but there is as well that I'm seeing that you're going, you're planning for some tour for 2024, right? I say,
Yeah, with Cynic and Obscura.
and I mean, we are speaking about Cynic. We are not speaking about the first band that showed up on the scene. It's a big band. How does it feel? I mean, you're already a big band too, but how does it feel?
Yeah, it's really nice to like we've been on tour many times, but not with a band that I was listening to when I grew up, you know. And this is the first time that I'm gonna go on a tour with a band that I really liked as a teenager.
And which country is, let's say, more focused this touring? This tour?
Uh, it's everywhere in Europe,
Okay,
actually. Like
so not just
I think
Netherlands, Germany. It's
no,
spread.
no, like France, Spain, I think Italy, probably.
Fine.
Po- Denmark, Germany, Switzerland, like many different
All the,
countries.
let's say, that central kind of Europe.
Yeah, and there will be some more shows announced, but
Cool.
I
As if
think it will
you
take
top
like
secret.
10, 12 days. Yeah,
That's cool. I mean,
yeah,
it's. I mean, I want to say congratulations for you because, like we said, I saw basically because people don't know that, but basically we were in touch since 2021, around that period of time. For different reason, we ended up doing now the interview, but we will have for sure to catch up. So to take that missing interview we did and did another one in the future. But of course, because it's something that I like to do with the band is always updating with each other. Like you have tour, so we're going to speak about how the tour went because it's such a big tour. That's a lot to talk. So next time will be or in Italy if you're in Italy, which is easier,
yeah.
or or if you are, or I don't know, we just come back home, we just even with all the band and talk a little bit because as well it's nice well to introduce the other people and talk about as well them about their musical background because I did last things with another band that I had one member and another time another member of the band so said okay I spoke about his musical background. No, it's your turn because we have to understand because it's important for the fans knows
Yeah,
you like
yeah.
knowing you like how you think about as well because behind who is mainly behind the lyrics in Cryptosis um who is the one who let's say who developed the lyrics in the band
Me.
you and of course because since you're the one to develop we can answer that so which are let's say your main influences for developing the lyrics not only it doesn't have to be musical of course I mean it's better if it's not music where you develop like in general I mean some which is something that brought you a lot of inspiration while you were writing.
I think it's hard to pinpoint on like one band or
No,
writer,
it's
but
not
like
bad.
you just take
You can be
bits of
even
everything, you know. Like
books, TV series, live.
yeah, we really inspired by this series Black Mirror on
Okay,
Netflix.
of course
I
we.
don't know if it's still on there, but like this series is a huge inspiration for us, like in terms of global concept.
Okay.
And then lyric wise, yeah, it like these days I try to find a bit more like poetic
Okay.
twist on the lyrics than previously. So you keep always, you know, like just like with music, like one day you discover a band you really like, but maybe next year you find something else and you're gonna dive into this. Also for me, it works like this, you know, with the lyrics.
But if I can give you my some because I am a huge TV series I eat them. Don't really look the last season of Black Mirror. No, it's everything then like sci-fi. I don't know what they did with this season, but really, I mean, the first episode of the first season of Black Mirror were amazing. They were, there was this sci-fi that was really interesting to watch, even
Yeah,
for people not liking the sci-fi, let's say, TV shows.
yeah,
But this last one, I was like, what the heck? I mean, okay, it's like like the anthology of American Horror Story. Once is good, the other one, the last one, no, 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 no. Let's forget that. But yeah, that's cool
yeah,
that you mentioned.
yeah. Personally, I didn't really like this movie that they did so much, but I think from this last season there was this one episode which had this. Like this person that was like this female that was in this
Okay.
office and she got fired because like her phone was recorded
Yeah.
and like she was in some kind of loop. Like I really like
Yeah,
this
yeah, yeah,
episode.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They are nice because that's the beauty of Black Mirror. You can watch one episode and not all the entire
Yeah,
season,
yeah.
and that's easier for people that don't like to. I like to watch TV series, so it's not a problem. So I can watch it for hours, and of course, we spoke a little bit about as well lyric wise, but if I have to just say, for example, musically, really from the music perspective, which is one of the, let's say, the biggest band, or I don't know, guitarist, musician in general, that had a major impact on you, Frank, not you, Frank, in Cryptosis,
uh like not in CRYPTOSIS, you mean, or in general?
in your life?
I would say it's this band, Osric Tentacles from the
Okay.
UK. It's a band that has prog, it has electronic music, it has rock,
So it
guitar
has,
solos, it has a lot of psychedelic stuff. Um, you have to find specific albums to get into
yeah,
them, but like they're really good, really weird as well, super space. But I also grew up with stuff like Emperor, for all these Norwegian bands.
that this year they are coming back to perform all around Europe and Terror.
Yes,
I know I saw
yes,
that. I saw that they're going to be on Midgårdsblot in Norway, but another festival as well. Like I don't remember the other names, but they are coming back to play again, which is good because they are one of the big, yeah, very one of the biggest with Bathory. Let's say to have
yes,
some brought something in the black metal scene.
exactly.
Yeah,
Uh, and the dissection, yeah, this kind of
yeah,
like Scandinavian melodic black,
exactly, but not too much the classical. Let's say the classical true Norwegian black metal.
like what?
Mayhem. I have nothing against Mayhem. I like them. Sorry, Attila. I like Mayhem. It's a really nice person, but I am too more in prefer Emperor, Battery, and nowadays Black Braid. So
Yeah, I like more melodic stuff
yeah,
instead of this really super raw stuff.
yeah,
Although like there's a lot of like this lo-fi black metal these days, which also sounds pretty nice to me.
yeah. And then
But
there's cryptosis.
sorry.
And then there is cryptosis too.
Yeah,
A bit of commercial to your back with the new EP out, the silent call. But this EP, of course, this EP is like I mean, you're writing this. You mentioned that you're writing some song. So we are. This is a meaning that it's gonna be an album in 2024 somewhere in here.
yes,
Okay,
yeah.
so let's say this EP is kind of an introduction to the new album.
I would say yes, and also we released the album in pandemic. We couldn't really tour with it because it was
Okay.
constantly postponed, and then we went on tour in November 2022, which is like
Okay.
1.5 years later. So we had the feeling that we haven't been really getting everything out of this album in terms of promoting it
And performing
ourselves.
live. Yeah.
Yeah, but in the meantime, we were like starting writing new songs and new
That's
material, and so
so
we had some songs already finished, and we're still finishing up the album. So we thought like, okay, it's gonna take at least another year. So let's just record something at like put it out, because now we also use a lot of synthesizers and orchestra and choirs and this kind of stuff, so we can experiment like how does it work with mixing, like are we, do we need like some technical stuff, like we have a little of a bit of a learning curve in this
Of course.
in this thing, and because we never really did this before. So
Now we
we
have
took it
more
as a
time.
learning experience, and we had this song that we didn't put on the Bionic Swarm album. So
Okay.
we put that together. We also wanted to do like a cover song, and then we got our hands on live recordings from Athens,
Okay.
and for us it was like one of the last nights of the tour. It was a really really special night, really really cool. Evening, like a really intense crowd response. So we just thought like, okay, let's take two of these songs and put it out as a AP with the finals.
That's beautiful. So
Yeah.
basically we will see because of course like with this tour of course a lot of people that maybe still there don't know a lot or maybe they remember just for the first album or the single that you released on the first album, let's say that they will see more cryptosis out there this year, so I can't cover that year.
2024, yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
so it's gonna
yeah.
be, let's say, cryptosis 2024 days, days, sure, 4 days. Let's just take the main information to just summarize everything. So the 1st of December has been released, the last call, the EP. That will be available, is available in each platform, I think, of course.
Yes, yeah.
Even the physical copies.
Physical copies, they are only available in our own web store,
Okay.
cryptosis.net/shop. We have a special limited edition green marbled color and black, and they are only available by us. And Central Media doesn't sell these. We have CDs, digipacks, and special edition shirts.
Okay. So the album is out. The tour will start soon. I want to really to thank you, Frank, for this interview. It was really fun meeting you, and see you next time for talking about the tour. Then, thank you so
Yes,
much.
thank you so much, and
Have a
see you
good
soon.
day. See you soon. Cheers. Greetings to all the other guys. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.